The Amityville Horror, the terrifying haunting of the Lutz family. A house with a bloody past. They say some houses are born bad. Some places hold on to darkness, waiting for the right family. 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, New York, a house with a past soaked in blood. On November 13, 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. woke up at 3:15 a.m., walked through this very house and slaughtered his entire family. Shot them in their beds, one by one. He later claimed, "The voices made him do it." Now that same house stood waiting. A year later, the Lutz family moved in. A new beginning, or so they thought. For 28 days, they lived inside something that wasn't a home, but a nightmare. And then, they fled. They never even stopped to pack their bags, because some houses don't let go. George and Kathy Lutz stood on the front lawn looking at their dream home. It was perfect. A Dutch colonial with white shutters, a boathouse, and a backyard leading straight to the river. But their dog, Harry, refused to step inside. He stood at the doorway, growling, his body trembling. "What's wrong, boy?" George laughs, uneasy. He's probably just not used to the place. But as they stepped inside, the air was heavy, thick, as if something unseen was watching them. And then, Missy, their daughter, whispering, "I don't like it here." A floorboard creaks, a soft, distorted whisper, unintelligible. The wind howls outside, the clock ticks loudly. Then, it stops. The first night should have been peaceful. But at exactly 3:15 a.m., George sat up in bed. Something woke him. The house was silent, except for the sound of the front door unlocking by itself. A lock clicks open, followed by the slow creak of a door swinging in heat. He grabbed a bat and crept downstairs. The door was wide open, cold air poured inside, and then footsteps, upstairs. But when he ran up, checking the bedrooms, everyone was asleep. Then he saw the clock, 3:15 a.m., the exact time of the DeFeo murders. A deep, distorted voice breathes, then whispers, "Get out." Low-frequency hum, barely perceptible. A deep vibration like something lurking just out of sight. Days passed, and the house grew angrier. Kathy was in the kitchen when she felt it, something behind her. Close, breathing. She turned, nothing. Then the knife block flew off the counter, a loud crash of knives hitting the floor. And then there was Missy. She had an imaginary friend now, a little boy named Jody. "Who's Jody, sweetheart?" Missy just smiled. "He says we'll be here forever." A child giggles, but then it warps into something deep and monstrous. A heartbeat, slow at first, then speeding up. The basement was worse. George discovered a hidden room behind the shelves, a tiny blood-red space, no bigger than a closet. The dog refused to go inside. It whimpered, backing away. George touched the walls. They were warm, like something was alive inside. A deep, guttural growl vibrates through the speakers. A church bell tolls. A phone rings, but the signal crackles. Father Mancuso was the first to sense it. He entered the house, ready to bless it. But the moment he spoke the prayer, the room turned ice cold. And then, a monstrous, inhuman voice roars through the speakers. "Get out!" The priest staggered back. His hands burned. He ran. And later, when he tried to call the Lutz family, his voice was drowned by screaming static. A phone crackling mixed with distant, echoing screams. The wind howls, the house groans, objects rattle taunt. On the final night, the house attacked. Doors slammed, windows shattered. Kathy levitated above the bed, her body twisting, unseen hands pulling her. George couldn't move. Something held him down, its breath hot against his ear. The children's beds rose off the floor, and in the shadows, something watched. Then from the walls, a voice, low, ancient. "You belong to us now." A deep growl, then the violent slam of a door. They ran, fled into the night. They left behind everything, never returned. The house remains, still standing, still waiting. Silence. Then, a single distant whisper, "Come back." The Lutz family never spoke much about what happened. Some say it was all a hoax. Others, they believe the house was never empty to begin with. But to this day, neighbors report strange sounds at night. Some claim they see eyes in the windows, watching, waiting. Maybe it's still hungry. Maybe it's waiting for you. The creak of a door opening, then silence. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.